You know, when you're building software, one of the absolute most critical things you can do is create an automated safety net for your code. It's what keeps your project stable and your quality high. Today, we're going to break down exactly how you build one. Think about it. Every single development team has that one golden repository of code, the one that becomes the final product. So the big question is, how do you stop bugs and broken code from ever getting in there? How do you make sure that code stays clean and reliable? So to really get this, we're going to follow a developer story. We'll see exactly how they use Azure pipelines to build this automated safety net and watch as they transform their team's workflow from something kind of risky to something totally rock solid. Okay, so it all kicks off with what we call the main branch. This is your project's single source of truth, right? It's the official version. The challenge? Well, without any rules, it's kind of the Wild West. Any developer could push a change directly to it and, whoops, maybe introduce a bug that messes things up for everyone. So rule number one, you lock down that main branch. No more direct changes. Instead, developers have to submit something called a pull request, or a PR for short. It's basically them saying, hey, I've got some changes I'd like to add. And this simple step is huge. It forces a pause for discussion and review and makes quality a team sport. But you know, a pull request by itself, it's really just a polite suggestion. To make it powerful, to really give it some teeth, we use something called branch policies. These are automated rules that say, nope, you can't merge this until you pass these specific checks. It's our first real line of automated defense. And honestly, the difference this makes is like night and day. On the left here, you've got that Wild West scenario I mentioned. It's risky, totally depends on people remembering to do things. But over on the right, with policies, whoa, everything is controlled, consistent, and best of all, automated. Every single change has to play by the same rules. Okay, so how do we actually create this automated check? Well, our developer writes it all down in a special file, this eshoponweb-ci-pr.yml. Now, think of this YAML file as a recipe. It's a step-by-step instruction manual for Azure pipelines. And the coolest part? This recipe lives right there with the code, so it's version controlled too. So what's actually in this recipe? It boils down to 4 really important steps. First, it restores all the project's dependencies. Basically, it goes out and grabs all the tools and libraries the code needs to even run. Second, it tries to build the whole thing. This is a super quick way to see if there are any glaring errors. Third, and this is the big one, it tests the code, running all the automated unit tests to make sure the new stuff didn't break any of the old stuff. And only if all of that passes, it moves to the final step, publish. All right, let's walk through what this looks like in real life. A developer makes a change and creates a pull request. Boom. Instantly, our pipeline kicks off, thanks to that branch policy. It runs the build, it runs the tests. And once all those automated lights turn green and a human teammate gives it a thumbs up, then, and only then, is the code ready to be merged. It's safe.
So that PR check, it's an amazing gatekeeper. It keeps bad code out. But what happens the second that code gets merged? This is where we go from just having a good defense to playing offense. This is where we level up to true continuous integration, or CI.
And this table here? It lays out the 2-part strategy perfectly. We have 2 separate pipelines. That first one, the pre-pipeline, is our gatekeeper. It runs before the merge to check the new code. But the second one, the main CI pipeline, that one kicks in after the merge. Its job is to build the entire, newly integrated application. So let's go back to our developer. Their pull request has passed all the automated checks, a teammate's reviewed it, and it's all good. They hit that complete merge button, and just like that, their code is now officially part of the main branch. And in that exact moment, bam, the automation kicks in again. That merge action itself acts as the trigger, and it automatically starts our second, more powerful continuous integration pipeline, the one called eShop-on-Web CI. Now, this CI pipeline runs through those same basic steps, restore, build, test, but it has a totally different end goal. Its final, crucial job is to publish the official build artifacts. You can think of these as the final packaged up version of the application. It's everything you need to actually deploy the website, all wrapped up and ready to go. Okay, let's take a step back. We've set up all this fancy automation, but why? What's the real payoff here? Because this isn't just about making robots do stuff. It fundamentally changes, for the better, how a team builds software. So let's just run through the wins here. First, your code quality just goes through the roof because bugs are caught automatically before they can cause problems. Second, developers get feedback way faster. We're talking minutes, not hours. Third, every single build is consistent and repeatable. That whole, well, it worked on my machine excuse, gone. All of this creates a super confident workflow, so the team can actually move faster without breaking things. And finally, you get this beautiful, trustworthy, versioned artifact, which is the perfect launchpad for the next big step, continuous delivery. So you see, by setting all this up, our developer didn't just write a couple of scripts, they built a powerful quality engine for their entire team. The code is safer, the feedback is instant, and the whole process is just solid. The foundation for continuous integration is now locked in, which leaves us with one final, exciting question. Now that your code is good to go,
So the very first thing we're going to connect to the Azure DevOps portals. Pass the URL and logging in there. Click continue. Click on the project. Then under the project at the bottom left, you see the project settings. Select that project settings so that you can see the settings from here. Now here under pipeline, click on service connection. Then click create a new service connection. This is prerequisite to use this Azure DevOps. Click Azure Resource Manager, click Next. Then select the identity type, select the credentials, select the scope level, subscription, select the resource group, and give a connection name. And make sure that this is disabled. Select access permission to all pipelines. Very careful because it's like giving permission to access all the pipelines. Click on Save. So service connection is in progress now to set that up. And connection is ready now. So next we are going to set up or enable continuous integration with Azure pipeline. So for that, we need to first import the required Git repository. So now here, select the repository, click on Files, and under the files, you can start import a repository. So click on Import, and here paste the URL. I'll give or put the like this a lab demo so that you can go through yourselves, and then click on input. So it's importing the repository. This is a public repository. So automatically redirected to the files that you can see here. There are different folder structures that's related to different pipelines, templates, and lab scenarios. Now let's go to here branches to make that main branch as a default branch. So here main, if you see the more options, so set as default branch. Now we'll include build validation as part of a pull request. So for that, here you see that pipelines. So under pipelines, there is a pipeline. So select that one. Now here, click create pipeline. Now here you can see that where is actually this code are sitting. So in our case, we are going to use the uh, existing one. So what we'll do, Azure GitOps or Azure repository Git, select that one and select this eShop on web 59659128, this repository. Now here you can see that different options are available: Docker, Docker build, ASP.NET, starter pipeline, existing Azure pipeline, YAML file. So in our case, this one, we are just selecting this option. And when you select that one, you see that it's getting the main branch as a default. Currently, only one branch is there. Yes, only one branch is there. And here, path, you just copy or select the path. So, add your eShop owner CIPR file, then click on continue. So here is the build wise. You can see that it has got like build, and what it is doing. There is a restore.NET Core CLI, then it is doing build, it is doing test, and then it's going to publish. So now on your right side, you can see that there is an option like variables, there is a run, and you can also save that one. That option is there. So here, first select on save. So now here we see that uh, there's an option like you can see the branches and analytics and also run pipeline. And pipeline name is the based on the information or based on the repository, we take that one. If I click here, if I click on rename, there is an option to rename that one. So I'm going to rename this one as CI-PR and select on save. So still we are not running this pipeline yet. So now let's go to the branches here, like repository, and you can see the branches. And on the mine here, uh, go to the main branch here. And we're going to set up some policies to that for branch policies. So we want to require a minimum number of prefers. And because it's a lab environment and I want to do myself, so I'm just selecting one and allow requester to approve their own changes. But normal environment, that will be separate team member to review that one, and we can put any numbers of prefers here. And there is also like there's a build validation also there. So go to that section, build validation, and there's a plus button, add new build policy. So build pipeline is selected here, and then click on save. So that option is here now. Now we'll go with the pull request. So for that, let me go to again this repository section, expand that one, and go to the branches. And let's create a new branch. Click on new branch and give this branch name as a feature branch. So feature 01, and that is based on main branch. So features 01 and work items thing there. So select that one and then click on create. So now go to this feature branch and let's go to program.cs file under webs. Open that file, click on edit, and we are going to add in the first line. Then click on commit and give some meaningful message here, actual environment. When you do that one, then click on commit. So now you can see that because this is add, so there is a coming like message and is pop up that pull request. The main reason is this feature branch is ahead of our main branch. So click on create a pull request. So this pull request you can add meaningful message, but in our case we're just taking all the default and then click on create. So if you see here, pull request is showing some message that record check not yet run, and there are two checks there that we have to do. So you can see these two checks are waiting here. And there is at least one reviewer must approve because we set up the policy. That's why it's coming here. And now we select this approve button. So it's progressing. Here you can see. Let's go back. So build is running. So here you can see that one. Let's go back. So from here, set autocomplete to click on complete. Build is still in progress. So let's complete the build. You can see that is still in progress. So let me open in separate tab. Build finish here. Now let's go back there. Click on, so it's completed, build successful. So click on complete. And now here you can see that it actually merging with the main branch. So here you select that complete merge. So merge has been completed. So what does that mean? If you go to now that main branch and the file we worked on into feature branch, you go there, source, web, hmm, program CS, no, wrong file. It just blinked very quickly, program CS, and you can see that merged into main branch that we have done. Now we'll configure continuous integration pipeline as code with YAML. So for that, go to here, pipeline. Then you can see those pipelines options here underneath that one. And also new pipeline. So click this new pipeline. Select on Azure repos Git. Select this eShop on web with the number 1. And we are going to use existing Azure pipeline YAML file. Click on continue. So here you can see that one like different section dot the build underneath that those stages are different stages like restore, build and test and publish. And also these two here, you see that artifacts, publish artifacts here. So now one is website, another one is biceps. So publish, this one publish the application artifact and make it available as a pipeline artifact. Second one, this publish infrastructure artifact as a biceps file and also make it as a pipeline artifact. So now click on run. So in this executing, select duplicate tab, see the status. You can see not started. Click that one. You can see all those pipeline structure, what it is doing. So our build has been completed. You can go each steps to see the log output or execution output for each phases. So this has been done like build pipeline. So now we are going to do like continuous integration to enable that one. The default build pipeline definition does not actually enable continuous integrations. So for that one, what we need to do, go to the, let's go to the pipeline and see here, is there any edit options here? So you see that edit pipeline. So select that edit pipeline under that run new there. And here you see the trigger um, and main. We are going to replace that one with the following text. This will automatically trigger the build pipeline if any changes is made to the main branch and the web application code. So it will automatically start that one. Now here is the validate and save. So select that button. You can give your note and click save. Okay, pipeline is valid. Commit directly to the main branch. We can also do into a new branch. So let's select that, create a new branch for this commit, and it just create a new branch for this commit. Keep the default branch name what it has got there, and also there is, see that is start a pull request, and then click on save. Now let's rename this identifying pipeline. So select that one. Uh, let's go to the pipelines from here. Rename and give a pipeline name is continuous integration, and then click save button, and now go to the repositories, go to the Azure pipeline, that the new branch, repos, and click on pull requests. Now here you see that this has been selected, update shop on web CI for Azure pipelines. Back. Just checking what the options available here. Pull request. Select new pull request. Already exist because that created last time. At least one reviewer must approve that one. So click on approve. And then click on complete. And when that is done, complete pull request, you can see that has merged. So select complete merge. And you can see what it is doing. There are the different options. The later section I'll discuss more on this. So if you're familiar with Git, Git, and GitLab, or any repository related like code repository works, then it will be much easier for you to understand. But it's not hard. So now let's go back to repositories, select here branches, and go to the branch. Still working on that one, so let that pop up. And when we merge that one, actually we remove the old branch. That for this happened. So now let's navigate to this repositories and branches. Now going to create a new branch and give a branch name is feature 2, and based on this main branch, then click on create. So you can see that feature 2 branch, select that one, feature 2 branch, and let's go to the file program.cs, under source, web, program.cs, click on edit. We're going to go back, flip. The file we are going to work is program.cs. Click on edit and going to remove that first line comment line and click on commit. For lab purpose, accept this default messages and then click on commit. So now after that we can see that commit, it is getting a create a pull request. So click there, create a pull request, and add your inputs here and then click on create. Here you can see that in the overview section, uh, no merge complete build is queued and at least one reviewer must approve. So click on approve, and build in progress. You can open into new tab. Let's finish the build. Detailed. And now click on complete. So when you complete, you see that the option last time selected delete one. So if I want to delete the feature branch, then I can select this one. But if I want to keep, then I can deselect that one, so that my the branch will be still there. But you can restore anytime if you want. So for our lab perspective, we are just cleaning this one. So let's delete and then click on complete merge. So when merge is done, so let's go back to pipelines, and merge operation is in progress. It's showing here. And open into new tab. Let's finish this one. it's automatically started that job actually, and we can see the last run just now. That means 1 minute 20 seconds back. Let me back when this complete. So build is complete. We can see that one. So if we click that last run, and after successful execution, you can see that one that uh, two published artifacts. If I select that one, you can see those two artifacts are published. Let's go back. And here is the option. You can see others in relate to report. So we have successfully completed enable continuous integration with Azure pipeline. If you have any questions, please comment. I will respond uh, as soon as possible. Mm, it's always recommended practice to remove all the resources when you are not using that one. So if you you can just delete the project to release the resource. See you in next lab.